spell out, Claire, why marriage isn't for you?
Well, I think we did talk about it at the beginning of our relationship. We got together 8.5 years ago, and we did know at that point that we were a good, secure unit together. But just as the years went on, increasingly, I just felt I'm not a wife. I just didn't feel like I'd ever feel comfortable with that name. I just didn't feel like Matt was my husband. I felt like we were partners, and for that reason, that's why we'd really like to have a civil partnership rather than a marriage.
So, why aren't there civil partnerships for different sex couples at the moment when there are for same-sex couples?
It's a good question, and one we should ask the government, really. It seems to us a very logical extension of where we are now, and we have the backing of MPs from every single political party on this matter. Over 70,000 people have signed a petition. Today, the London Assembly unanimously voted in favour of extending civil partnerships to mixed-sex couples, so the momentum is there, and we're just waiting, really.
On the other hand, when there is marriage available to same-sex couples in England, Wales and Scotland, not Northern Ireland as it stands, why can they still have civil partnerships? Should they coexist?
Well, I think that when the law was extended so that same-gendered couples could have a marriage, not all of those couples actually decided that that's what they wanted. And we saw last year 1,000 people still opted to have a civil partnership, even though marriage was available to them as a same-gender couple. So there's obviously demand for this, even though same-gender couples can get married now.
Matt, is there another way of ensuring that you have rights equal with a married couple without having to go through marriage or indeed a civil partnership? Could that be a law change here?
I mean, I think that is something that has to be looked at, and I know that there have been debates in Parliament on the idea of a cohabitation law to cover couples who move in together, and then there's this sort of assumption that you get a common law marriage, but sadly doesn't exist. But for us as well, it's also about how we express our relationship, and that wouldn't necessarily be covered by a cohabitation law. That's why we're campaigning for the extension of civil partnerships.